That should do. Sweet. Ah.
What's up guys, happy Sunday. Thanks for tuning in to my latest video, The Life of a Jobbing Plumber. If you don't already subscribe, please hit the subscribe button. So this week's video, I've got a little update from the big job I'm doing in Loughborough with Ben and Marcus. And then last weekend, Saturday, I went to help out Craig. Now Craig is a newly qualified gas engineer, so he's just passed his gas safe and he got his first ever gas job on his own. He wasn't massively confident about it, so he asked me if I'd go and help him. So I've got the footage from that video. We've also kept it real. Craig was fine about this, but he had a couple of leaks on his gas supply pipe work, so I've kept that in the video so you can see that. And then I've also got a job from a customer who, I do this quite often. When I get an email and it says no hot water, I just assume they mean the boiler's broken, but he actually meant no water coming out of the tap. So I've got that job. This week's video is sponsored by Tradify, the work management app I use to keep myself organised, to send out my invoices and book my jobs in. This week I was on the Tradify podcast, so they rang me and we spoke for about an hour about how I got into the plumbing industry, little bits about my social media, what I do outside of work, touched on mental health, went for a bit of a bad patch during lockdown, and then what I do for the sort of November tool theft campaign. So if you want to give that a listen, I'll leave a link to their podcast in the description as well. There's a 14-day free trial. If you've never tried Tradify before, it's great for booking your jobs in. They've got gas certificates now. Everything's on there you can use to run a business. So check that out. The description's in the bio. We've also got an update from Sam, who's doing his fast track gas course, but that's enough from me. I hope you enjoyed the video and good luck tonight, England. So just give you an update of what me and Marcus have been up to this week. So I've done 3 days here, 2 days on another job, but this is how far we've got. So we've got the cold's down, this one's connected and the hot's out. ISO valves there, they've got to go up into the ceiling. And then we've mirrored it on the cylinder here that's going to go in. But what we wanted to do was get the pipe work at the back done and pressed, so that then we can drop this cylinder in and not have to work behind it. So we're going to put this cylinder next to me in now, and then the two hots off that will go up and they'll mirror that. And that's it for this week, because we're on a big underfloor heating job next week. What are we doing next week?
We're doing an overlay system. Got about 40 metres of overlay to do. So yeah, should be good.
So we'll film that as well for you. So that's us worked up today. We're not here next week, as I said, but got them both in now, and that's how it's looking. Happy with that?
Happy with that.
Plenty more still to do. We'll do that in a couple of weeks' time.
This is working out.
Yeah.
It's always, I always feel nervous when you.
Why? Don't be nervous. It's just YouTube, mate.
Don't be.
Right, Craig. What are we doing? Go on.
Taking a old Pro Max out and putting a main Eco Compact.
And why is this a special day?
Because it's my first install.
Craig's first ever install since passing his gas safe, which he got what, last month?
Yes.
So we've come to help him. Billy's here. Main Eco Combi, vertical flue. We've got to get obviously got to get the Pro Max out, and then Craig's going to do all the hard graft. I'm just going to film it and drink tea. So he's drained the system down. He's got his dust sheet down. Good lad. We took this door off because there's 3 of us in here today now. So this is the Pro Max. There's the weird flue going up into the loft. So this is going to come out. The good thing about these, apart from the fact that they're fucking heavy and it's going to be a job getting it out, this is a void here, so all the pipework's going to be in here, probably in plastic HEP, so we can get onto that, and for our combi bring all nice new straight copper pipes out of this void. So we'll get this out first and then we'll show you a bit more. So this is the flue from the boiler. Gets its air from inside the roof space, and then there's a ridge terminal there for the products and combustion if you've not seen one of these before. Luckily, we've still got the installation guide for the flue, so I'll take this home with me and then we'll have a good look at that. There's a few of you might not have seen this before, but it's all coming out today anyway. And then there's a header tank that's got to go as well. So this is the fluing instructions for this Power Max. Now, if you've not seen a flue like this before, it reminds me of a Vertex flue system. So this is, you've got a draft brake here, and that's where it gets its combustion air from within the roof space. So you just need to check manufacturing instructions or checking your gas safe manual, just for little things like it needs to be 300 mil off the deck. And that's so you can't put loft insulation down and it cover the draft brake, things like that. So anytime you find something you don't know about, always try and find the manufacturing instructions, because we've got all the info we need here to tell if it's safe or not. If you can't find a manual like we've been looking to find this one, you should be able to find it online. I have found these exact instructions online as well. And then there's just things like air for combustion must be taken from outside. Air will be drawn from a ventilated roof space or from a duct, and it tells you that the roof space should be sealed. So like your loft hatch must be sealed. I can't remember where I saw that. Let's have a look. So just here, it must be noted that when the combustion air is drawn from a roof space or compartment or duct, then the area must be effectively sealed from the remainder of the dwelling. A tight fitting trapdoor or similar is acceptable. So the roof space has got to be sealed from the rest of the property. And then it gives you minimum lengths, number of bends, stuff like that. And even it's got the jointing method, so how to join it, deburr it, use sealant. But yeah, if you can't find one like this, you can find all that info online. So just carefully taking the header tank out, because that's full of brown shit. And then these will be gone. And this is the vent pipe, that'll be gone. And the overflow as well. So just took that metal duct off. So there's our twin flue. And they're joined together. So that's the air one out. That's that bit out. That's the combustion one. A lot of people hate this flue, and rightly so. It's fucking just glued. That one wasn't even glued. Right, so this is the unit. We've got a plate heat exchanger. So basically the water that's in here, hot water that's in here, gets pumped around this half of the plate, and then your cold mains comes through, picks up the heat, and then goes through a blending valve. So you've got cold coming in and the hot coming in to give you a blended hot water temperature that you set. Hot outlet, cold inlet, central heat and return, central heat and flow, and that's the gas. So we're just going to cut these, and then this is ready to come out. The flue's done and the electrics have been disconnected. And we'll get this downstairs and see what's under here. The pipe's cut, and then if we look underneath, got little bits of copper, and then it's all the really old John Guest speed fit. Obviously the gas at the back there, that's in copper, but it should be nice and easy, because we can just, when we've got this out, drill the holes down, come through in copper, and then come back and connect onto these. That's the old speed fit, nice and yellow.
You know,
so I've cancelled it. What else do we want?
Get a bag of 10 22mm speed fit elbows. So essentially in flow, return, you can see there's a T on the return, that's the tank to fill the system up, and then the hot outlet, and the cold is this one, again with a T on, that was feeding that header tank upstairs. So just going to take these all off back to the pipe, and we'll put new speed fit elbows on, and then run our copper from there. Hopefully it'll be all right. Turning the lights off don't help, mate.
No, I didn't need to do that.
Just crack it in that snacker just enough to fill the kettle. Can't believe you turned the water off without filling the kettle up. Where did you learn to plumb?
Wait.
Whoa, 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 slow. Yeah, that's fine. Leave it there for a sec. Bit more, bit more, bit more. We've got an outside tap?
Yeah.
It's open.
Yeah, I opened it when I drove down.
Yeah, shut that outside tap. You should have learnt this day one of college, mate.
Fair enough.
Get one more burst. Oh! That'll do. What kind of plumber don't drink tea?
I'm a coffee drinker.
Makes no sense. I've never seen this before in all my years. This is the stop tap coming in. On the right is the stop tap, that black lever. It comes in through that blue one and then connects onto the system there. But I've never seen one of them before. I'm in, where are we? Kettering. I'm in Kettering. So if you're from Kettering, and that's normal to you, let me know in the comments. I'll have to Google that, see what it is. So this is on the outside wall. So that stop tap. There's the wall on here.
Paid like $1 billion that they all came over.
Yeah, never seen one before. Let me know if you have.
It was just easy for me to drive it to him.
Yeah.
So that's the old boiler out. We're just working out where to put the new boiler. So obviously it'd be nice to have it in the centre, but we've got to check if there's any joists or anything above. So Craig's just gone up to check. Right, what's that, Craig? I've got my hand on.
That's a bit of a beam.
Feels flat.
Yeah, it's like a strut.
So we worked out where the flue's going up. Got a template on the wall, drilled that. We used the laser level to line up for the clips, and then I've used the bottom edge of this because this is level for the first row of clips, and then I've marked on the wall for the second row. So again, the clips on, we'll take this down, get the bracket on, hang the boiler, get the clips on, and then 2 of them are going to concentrate on the flue, while the third one, probably me, starts piping up. So clips on, boilers on.
Yeah.
Cover that over.
Yeah.
Drill that. Probably should have done that before I put the boiler on, but yeah, we'll cover that over, drill that, and then while they're doing the flue, I'll start piping. Obviously, I've got drill holes in here to go under. It's going well so far. What time is it? 10:30.
Yeah.
Not doing too bad. Guess who got sent up on the roof? Muggins. So, about here is where they're poking up. Obviously, next door I've got a vertical flue. We can't go too close to that. So we're going to look in the manufacturer's instructions now and see what the distance is between these 2 flues. And then we'll have to move ours accordingly. I think it's probably going to have to come over to sort of over here, but we'll have a look in the book now. Right, so the vertical terminal's in. We've got, just show you, that piece of the old tile, so I've only had to cut off that much, and then this one's going to drop in over the top. In the book, found it. I was expecting it to just be a picture of the 2 flues together, but it's actually this measurement here, so J and K. From a terminal facing a terminal, 600mm, so tape out. We've actually got from that one to this one about 800mm, so that's within the correct distance. So now just put that back together and then we're done. And that's it done. Ours looks off because that one's actually off. If you look at it, it's not right, but this one's bang on. And whatever you say, obviously it's better than that one. It's definitely better than that one. So we're working in Corby, Little Scotland. Well, we're working in Kettering, which is near Corby, which is Little Scotland. Just for YouTube, yeah. So I've got some real iron brew. Scotch pie, which is a pie. What's in the pie? Haggis.
Oh, I can't remember. I don't really want
Pie in a cob. Do you call it a roll or a cob round here?
roll cob. Well,
It's a cob in
more
Leicester.
of a roll.
And then a square sausage sandwich. This is nice.
What the fuck are you
Come on,
doing
take a
me?
bite.
Yeah, I don't think the people of UT want to see me eat it.
They just want to see you hurry up and get it in your gob. There we go. You've earned that, haven't you? Standing around watching us work.
Yeah. That's what I pay you for. Get my shiny bowl everything for you again.
Looks like the end of my thumb.
What?
The back of your head looks like the end of my thumb.
Graduate.
So we've got the gas down. There's a 90 bend pulled on there. I'll show you that. And then 2 elbows to connect on. Obviously we're soldering the gas. So Craig's going to do that now. First thing he's done all day. He's got his flexi torch. All you can see is the back of his head.
Bugger off.
There you go, see that bit of soldering. So yeah, we'll get that soldered and then we're going to start on the left. Return, flow, hot, cold. Return's got a filter on it, and then we're going to fit a condense pump. PRV and condense are going to go into that. Flue's all done and dusted. We just got to put the collar on there, and then think about wiring it up.
Awful. Snots everywhere.
Better not be.
Yeah, there is. I'm not to your standards. I'm not PB standard soldering, unfortunately.
Going back in for more?
No, just to clean a bit. Clean these snots off. Oh, apart from the snot, it's better than it was. Not to PB standards. Bit of click elbow grease though.
It's not the worst I've ever seen, mate, but what is that running down the pipe?
A bit too much on it.
Craig.
Not PB standards, I know.
Why is it whenever I work with another plumber I have to use a Rothenberger bender? I really don't like this bender. So basically we're bending and then fishing them through the floor, these looking upright in the clips, and then we're connecting onto this end under the floor. We've got to go from speed fit to press, but Craig's doing all that. I'm just bending them for him, so we'll get this in and then we'll have a look when we've got the last one on. Right, so pipework above is done, apart from the PRV and condense, which are go into the condense pump. So underneath what we've done, we've bent all those at the back looking this way, and then we've got to get onto these speed fit. Took all the old speed fit elbows off and pipe. Put some new speed fit elbows on, and they're just going to connect on. That's the hot, that's the cold. That one's the return. So that's what Craig's doing at the minute. Those two are redundant. They're gone. They're dead.
So obviously you want to check how the water quality is. So obviously you got this. So if we put, as you can see, it looks clear. But if I do that, you can see all the crap that's actually in the water.
Interesting. And that looks really clear, don't it? Oh no, it's just gone black.
Well, when it just tastes black.
But yeah, there you go. When you flush in, sometimes it looks clear. Do it again. Now it's looking clear.
So yeah, still getting some on
It's
it.
a nice little visual aid that. They're good to show your customers as well, but yeah, the water looks crystal clear. It's definitely got magnetite in it. That'll be good for the plants. There's the flue on the inside. Got it clipped. 3 clips on that. And then the condense pump is going to the drain, which is the other side of the roof space. Got to still sort that out. Obviously that's got to drop down to the pump. Yeah. Alright, I don't want you guys to think that I'm bullying Craig, because he's a very good mate of mine and we're having a bit of banter today. But we're just showing you this because it's real life plumbing. He soldered this elbow on in. We've got a gas leak on it. You can see it bubbling there. I'll just spray it again. Yeah, one of your soldered elbows. Yeah, you can see there. It's bubbling pretty bad. So yeah, obviously happens to everyone. I have leaks on soldered joints. But it's good to show them. So we'll have to take meter out, sweat that off and redo it. Well, Craig will have to do it, because it's the only way he'll learn. So he's just resoldered this elbow, and let's see if I can get it from here. Still. So yeah, I don't know if we're putting him off because we're here and he's nervous. Just wanted to show you because it's real. Don't want to hide it from you. No no hate towards Craig, please. Yeah, same joint, mate.
Yeah.
Right, he's going to sweat the fitting off now. I'm going to have a look at it.
Take that, mate.
Let's have a look at it. Right, absolutely.
There's a bit of flame there.
There's absolutely no solder gone in that side of the elbow. Well, that one's all right.
Yeah.
Nothing in
How the
there.
hell has that not gone through then?
So get a new elbow, clean that
new
part,
elbow, clean all that part work off and redo
and
it.
go again. Don't know what's happened there, mate.
Oh, it's a bit of a weird one that is, because I put plenty on it.
You had a good day.
Very good day, because I've had the A-team helping me.
And you don't mind me showing the little trouble we had with the soldering the gas pipe?
No, because it can happen to anyone.
Very true, mate. Very true. Right, let's go and watch the football. Come on, England.
Come on, England.
Come on,
England. It's coming home.
What's going on here then, Craig?
Drain the battery.
Again. Last time I worked, you did the same thing, didn't you?
Yeah, still had to save us. This time you've had to save me again.
Said to take you to the garage for jump leads. They didn't have any. Then went to B&Q, they didn't have any.
Then to Halford's, and they luckily had some. And then come back all the way to the job so I could go home.
Thanks a lot, mate.
Cheers, mate. So that's it. My first install. Thanks to Billy and Pete. Parts all shined up, all commissioned, flushed, inhibitor in, and we are now good to go for the customer. Really nice tidy job from Pete, the bangs under there. But yeah, couldn't have done it without them, to be honest. So yeah, again, thanks lads.
So this is the job I spoke to you about at the start, where the customer emailed me to say they got no hot water, and I automatically assumed they meant that they were getting no hot water, not they were getting no water. So when I got there, the customer explained to me that his son's friend had sent round a plumber, or I don't know, someone had been round anyway. They tried a few gate valves and stuff. So this is that job. But the funny thing was, when I went to look at it, there was someone in the kitchen working on a dishwasher. They're having an integral dishwasher fitted. So I went upstairs, did my bit, came back down, and I just could hear water pissing out everywhere. And this guy's under the sink with a jug and a bowl, and he's decanting water that's spraying out everywhere under this kitchen unit into a bowl and then into the sink. So I think it was lucky I was there, because he would have been doing that for ages. I went in the van, I got a 3/4 by 1/2 inch tap flex, put a service valve on the end of that, gave him that and said tighten that onto your washing machine valve, and then you can drain it outside the cupboard, turning it on and off using the ISO valve. But it was like right place, right time for me to be there. And then when I told Ben about it, he said the same thing had happened to him. He'd been to a job, someone else was working on it, and basically caused a flood, and he had to fix it while he was there. So right place, right time. Anyway, here's that job.
Drained it down and couldn't.
Yeah.
And it's still gently filling up with water, the cylinder is.
Right.
I've turned everything off.
So you've got no water coming out of hot taps?
No, none at all. Well, a dribble.
Okay.
And that stuff, but you can't get any pressure to it.
Right, okay.
So we turned all the taps on the other night, tried to drain the upside down,
Yeah.
and it won't drain down.
Okay.
And you know, if you leave it for sort of, I don't know, half a day,
Yeah.
you've got a drop of water actually in the cylinder.
Okay.
Right. And Andy said he couldn't turn off this one of the valves.
I had a new knee last year and the bloody thing don't work.
Oh, my dad's had both of his knees done.
How's it going on with him?
Yeah, he's alright actually. He's got 2 whacking great scars over down his knees.
Yeah, I have down the front of this one. I just can't get the motion. So the valves are there.
Yeah.
I think he'd managed to turn that one off and possibly that one off. I think I can crack that one, but that one just spins.
Got you, okay.
So he couldn't, I don't think he could get it tightened down enough.
Alright, let's have a look.
And then, but that was all prior to actually trying to drain the cylinder. And he said, you can fuck off. He said, I'm not draining it down, because the other week I did one and it pissed water everywhere.
Right, so that's full. When did this happen? Was it gradual or just one day?
I noticed a bit of lack of pressure.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden Missy's come down, she's come down the garden and said we've got no blooming hot water coming out the taps.
Right, okay.
So it sort of perhaps happened over a few days.
Okie dokie. Right, so we'll see what the flow's like on the bathtub. Yeah. So it goes right to, so it's properly blocked then. Nothing coming out. So I'm not sure why they've been trying to turn the gate valves off, but there's obviously a blockage between this tank here and where it fills the cylinder up, where it comes out the cylinder. Now that gate valve is the cold feed down to the hot water cylinder. So what I thought was, if I can try and poke this screwdriver through, at least to prove that that gate valve's open, that'd be a good start. So that's that one there. Yeah, that's gone through all the way, which, yeah, that's got us past that gate valve. And there's for a shower. That's not got anything to do with the taps. Right, so I'm gonna use one of these dildos to pull in the tank. Probably a smaller one. So now no water can go down to the hot water cylinder. So with the tank bunged, that should stop the hot water. So the tank bunged, there's going to be no water in this pipe now because we've opened the hot tap further down, so we can take this gate valve off and just check that first. So that's the gate valve. See, it's broke. So they tried to turn this off and they just said it kept spinning and spinning. Well, even though it's spinning, it's not doing anything. And because it was sat upright like that, it was just sat. I could get my screwdriver through that at the bottom, but that's why. Probably was worse than that. Maybe it was a bit more closed before I started messing about with it. Anyway, I'm going to put a new one of those on now. So I took the drip stopper out, put a lever valve on. That's going to let the water back down to the cylinder and hopefully our flow will be back to normal. Let's try it now. If you want to get yourself a set of these, they're called drip stoppers, but you don't have to buy these. You can use a carrot, or if you've got an apprentice who's got sausage fingers, just get him to sit with his finger bunging it while you work on it. There's probably loads of other mix as well, but they're the ones I've got, drip stoppers.
Hey guys, a bit of a different backdrop today. I'm out with the kids at the moment. I've had literally no time to even get in the van and record an intro. But this week I've done a few snapshots of what I've been doing to give you a feel for it. But because it's predominantly class-based, there hasn't really been much to report or to show you. But yeah, here it is. The only downside to the centre, it's a bit like a prison. We've been in here a bit more this week. Been doing flue flow and spillage tests. And a few various bits. Yeah, a bit more going on in here. And then we've moved on to flues. So yeah, this is where we do flues. Ridge tile there. And twin wall, firebox. Oh, there's so much stuff to learn. I won't even attempt to go through it yet. Precast blocks. Yeah. Loads. This is 1 litre cubed, commonly known as 1 decimetre or danger mouse. These are my Thursday nights now. Bit of revision, coursework, little dominoes. Not quite the scenery I'm used to, but relaxing after a long week travelling nevertheless. Now you can see in that video I was showing you where we do the flues and the chimneys. I didn't really have enough knowledge to even talk about it, but it shows how quickly you learn. I've done a week on that now. I did an exam at the end of the week and scored 100%. Amazing how quickly we're learning. If you enjoy it and you're into it, there's no reason why you can't do really well on these courses. Anyway, see you next week.